Okay, so let's just jump right in. We are talking about a claim that sounds absolutely wild. There's this innovator who says you can speak a brand new language in just a few months, not the years or, even decades we've always been told it takes. And look, for all you K-pop fans watching, I want you to seriously just picture this for a second. What if you could actually talk to your idol, your bias, in their language, and you could do it in just a couple of months? I know. It sounds completely impossible, right? Well, let's see about that. Okay, look at this. This is nuts. On one side, you have the way it's always been done 5, 10, maybe even more years to learn Korean. And on the other side, the promise from this new method, SKF. It says you can speak Korean confidently in just a few months. The difference there isn't just big, it is absolutely jaw-dropping. Which, brings us to the biggest question. Is this for real? It totally sounds like an impossible promise. So let's break down exactly why it seems that way. And here's the thing. It should be crazy. For someone who speaks English, Korean is officially one of the absolute hardest languages to learn. We're talking 4 or 5 times harder than Spanish or French. You do that math, that's a commitment that could literally take up decades of your life. So, who on earth is making a claim this unbelievable? Well, to figure that out, we have to look into the math genius's secret. So let's meet the guy behind all this. We'll call him Lee. And what's so fascinating is where he comes from. He isn't a linguist, not at all. He's a math and physics whiz, a numbers guy who, oh yeah, also happens to speak over a dozen languages. He's a total innovator who really believes he's cracked the code on how our brains are actually wired to learn. And you know what? Before he even got into languages, Lee was getting these mind-blowing results in a completely different world, math class. He was literally rewriting the rules of education. So I want you to think back to math class in school. How long did it take to get through a new unit? Like one chapter in a textbook. The source material says, yeah, the normal time is about 30 to 40 days. But when Lee brought in his special method, it's called USL, or Unified Superlearning, that whole time frame of 30 to 40 days, well, it became something else entirely. It became 30 to 40 minutes. I am not kidding. We're talking about students in his pilot classes learning a month's worth of math in a single class. This is not just a little bit better. This is a total game changer for learning speed. But, when you're getting results that are that good, you're gonna get some pushback. The source says Lee ran into the same walls in Mexico and Guatemala. The old school education systems were just not having it. People were, and I'm quoting here, simply not ready for this kind of revolution in education. He was the classic innovator fighting the system. But all those struggles in the world of math actually led to something he never ever expected. It was an accidental discovery that would basically change everything. Okay, this story is just wild. To even pitch his math program in Mexico, Lee, who knew zero, like not a single word of Spanish, had to learn it. So what did he do? He just studied for 10 hours and then got up and gave a 30-minute presentation in Spanish. He literally had to invent his method because he had no other choice. And from there, things just get completely insane. After he nailed Spanish, he just kept going. 2 days later, he picks up Portuguese in only 7 hours. A couple days after that, boom, French. All in all, he learned 10 new languages in just 10 days. I mean, the speed is it's unbelievable. Okay, so he's a genius. He can do it himself. We get it. But here's the billion-dollar question, right? Can he teach this to other people? Can he take a regular person from zero to speaking confidently? Let's dig in. So, to prove his method works, he ran a test program called SEF, Speak English Fast. And get this, he took 10 Spanish speakers who, even after studying English for 5 to 10 years, still couldn't talk for more than 30 seconds straight. That's where they started. Remember that number. Now, just look at this chart. This is what happened to one of those students. Before the program, she could speak for maybe 30 seconds. After just 1 week, she could give a 45-minute monologue. I'm going to say that again, from 30 seconds to 45 minutes in 7 days. That jump is it's unreal. And it's not just numbers on a chart. Check out this testimonial from an engineer in South Mexico who saw it with his own eyes. He said, I saw what he did with my colleagues. In just 1 week, they were speaking English. It's something I've never seen. When you have actual witnesses saying stuff like that, you know something totally different is going on. Okay, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. How does all of this proof, all of this crazy potential, connect back to you? Well, this is the K-pop connection. Meet SKF, Speak Korean Fast. This is Lee's new mission. He's taking his proven-to-work method and creating this premium program just for the most dedicated, passionate K-pop fans. And why? So he can fund his huge dream of fixing math education around the world. So by learning, you're actually part of a way bigger mission. How cool is that? And he's being super specific about who this is for. SKF is for the true fans, the ones flying across the world for concerts, buying those VVIP tickets, going to the fan signs. It's for anyone who has that one precious chance, 30 seconds, maybe 300 seconds, to talk to their idol, and you just have to make it count. Oh, and he says it's especially for BTS armies. Because get this, he's an army too. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this has got to be super expensive. But let's just reframe this for a sec. Look at what dedicated fans already spend. We're talking thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars on tickets and flights and hotels, all for a really quick moment. SKF isn't really positioned as a cost. It's an investment in your time to turn that quick moment into a memory that lasts forever, a real connection.
So, we're going to leave you with this one question to think about. Imagine you are finally face to face with your bias. What are those 200 seconds, the chance to truly connect with them in their own language? What is that worth to you?